Predicting in games overall is just amazing. Predicting is allowing you to come up with the results of something before it even happens, to further mold the game or outcome to work in your favor. So overall, predicting is just amazing. In Brawl Stars, unfortunately, that is slowly becoming irrelevant and not a thing in Brawl Stars. You read the title, you read the description, let's get to it. Alright, so what do I mean by Brawl Stars is slowly becoming irrelevant whenever it comes to predicting? So level 11s and 10s have recently become a thing in Brawl Stars. I mean, level 10s were always a thing, but now it's a little bit more serious because I actually changed the statistic back before the update. If you upgraded a brawler to level 9, in order to get a level 10, you'd have to equip a star power. Unfortunately, now you can just level up the brawler again. You can level up the brawler 2 times. Now, what's the issue with this? This is great, okay? This is cool. It gives you more content, okay? The issue is it's so difficult to get level 11s, and it's such a big game changer. If you get into a match of Power League, Solo Power League, Club League, 3v3s, and you have a full opponent of level 11s, it's unfortunate, but I hate to say it, but you just are so likely to lose, okay? Especially if you have like 2 level 9s and a level 10, you're incredibly likely to lose just because they have level 11s, purely just because they have a full team of level 11s. Now, I don't think that should be a thing. What they should do is they should make it where level 10 and 11s don't actually change your statistics. They should revert it where even if you got level 10 before the update, it would only change for a star power. It would literally just signify, hey, this dude has a star power. Now, you didn't click on this 12-10 minute video to watch me say and explain on why level 10 and 11 is pay to win. I mean, we all know it's a little bit unfair and it's more on the pay to win side on Brawl Stars, and I don't need to explain for 12 minutes on why it is. It's pretty obvious, the statistics and how hard it is and difficult, and people who are willing to drop like 1k on the game to get a few level 11s, and you do not want to, so therefore you have a higher chance of losing. We all know that that's a situation in Brawl Stars. I do not need to make a video on that. What I'm going to talk about in this video is gears. Okay, so gears is a big problem in Brawl Stars, and the reason is because gears, when they were announced, I thought they were going to be super creative. I thought it was going to be super cool. There's a few gears that are really cool. The resistance is amazing. Okay, so the resistance is where you're more immune to like slows and stuns. But so if you get slowed for 3 seconds, you'd get slowed for like 2 seconds or whatever. I don't actually know what the percentage is, but it would give you more immunity to it, which is really, really cool. It's really creative, and it's overall just a really cool gear. Problem is, nobody uses it. Now, the reason is because there's not many gear slots, and the other ones are just way better. So there's another creative gear that I really like. When you're in a bush, you're way faster, okay? This is just absolutely amazing. I love this gear. So creative, so customizable, so map dependent. It's just, it's amazing. But then we have these 2 awful gears. When you're below a certain amount of HP, you get extra damage. When you have max HP, you get extra HP. This is awful in the game. This is not customizing. This is literally just, hey, you have level 10 and 11. Which statistic would you like to make better? Okay, star powers, gears, they should all be things to customize your brawler, not to just give you extra HP or extra damage. That's leveling up the brawler. That's why you collect power points, to level up your brawlers. You don't get a star power and like, let's go, I just got 5% HP or I just got 5% extra damage. No, you do that because you want a unique ability, like extra speed in a bush, or more resistance and immunity to slows and stuns. Not you get extra HP and you get extra damage. Now, I know it's not direct as like you just get 10% HP or 10% damage. It's more of indirect, like once you're a certain amount of HP, then you start gaining more HP of the gear. But I think that they should remove these 2 gears, or I think that they should make it where the gear, they should have unique slots for gears. So the first slot would be statistical changes. So your HP and your damage is a statistic change. If you select one, you cannot select the other one. So you only have one choice per category. And then they should have another category of like unique / special. The resistance gear and the speed gear in bushes, those are unique and special. The stationary, they should just straight up either change or just remove. Nobody uses it. It's only useful for 2 brawlers. The first one is 90 in her super, and the second one is Spike on Heist. So if you're standing still with 90 super, which you do, you gain HP. And if you are standing still on the Heist using Spike, so you activate the first gadget, and you're in the corner of the Heist, so you get the most amount of damage. for like only a few seconds, then it's somewhat useful. It's not really useful at all, but that's the only way you can really use it. Nobody's just going to stand still to get some extra HP and just move around and dodge shots and heal. It's really not that difficult. So that gear is just a no-go. It's not unique at all. It's not, I mean, no, it's unique, but it's really bad. Now, how could Supercell fix these lines of issues I have presented? First of all, they could make it where 10 and 11s do not actually change your statistics, but only unlocks you slots for gears. Now, 10 and 11 isn't really worth it if all you're going to do is get one gear slot for level 10 and 2 gear slots for level 11. That's why they have the extra HP and damage, so it's, you know, more to it, rather than just a gear slot. So they could have 3 or 4 gear slots, and then down the line they could add every single update. They could put in an effort, instead of adding like more gadgets, they could add 2 gears every single update, or a gear or whatever, so that there's more gears, but you get a ton of slots. So for level 10 and 11s right now, they should make it where at level 10 you unlock 2 slots, and level 11 you unlock 1 slot. So it's not too pay to win, but for the long-term players, because you don't actually have to pay to get level 11s. I mean, now with Club League, seriously, it is really free to play friendly. The issue is level 10 and 11 is such a big difference between level 9. It's crazy. It's such a huge difference. The gears and the extra statistics are not good at all. So how could Supercell fix this? Make it where level 10 and 11s do not change your actual base statistics. They should only make it where you unlock gear slots. Now, they could add more unique gears, like once you get down to 20% HP, then you reload like 20% as fast or whatever, or every 15 seconds you get like 2 extra ammo, like you just straight up generate ammo. That would be so cool for brawls like Piper and Bounty. It would add a whole new element to Brawl Stars, but it wouldn't be actually pay to win, because it doesn't guarantee you extra HP. It doesn't guarantee you extra damage. It's purely, can you hit that extra shot with Piper? Can you hit that extra shot with Dynamite, Bella, Barley, Bull? Will you have that opportunity to utilize that gear instead of just, here's extra HP, here's extra damage, go crazy, go wild? And even better, Supercell could make it where when you're not in a bush, there's a gear where it'll give you like 3% extra reload speed. So for brawlers and that utilize not being in a bush, not like close range brawlers like Piper, Bella, and there's maps where there's not really a lot of bushes, that would be really cool. So you have that extra reload speed. Like I said, it's not guaranteed that you're going to hit that shot. It's not guaranteed that this is going to give you more value. It's purely, can you hit more shots? You know what the worst outcome is? When you're using Bella or Piper or Brock or whatever, and because the opponents are level 10 and 11, they need to hit 2 shots and you need to hit 3 shots. Or they need to hit 3 shots and you need to hit 4 shots. And then they kill you, not because they're better, not because they have more skill than you, because they have a higher level than you. That is the worst feeling in the game. Another really bad feeling is when you play Power League, and then, you know, you select maybe like a level 10, maybe a level 9, a really good brawler. Like, let's just say you're doing like, I don't know, Heist or whatever, and then you select like Colt or whatever, or I don't know, just anybody. And then the opponent select one level 11, and you're like, oh great, that's not good, they already have an advantage, but whatever. Okay, my team's level 10 and 9, okay, whatever. And then they select another level 11, and you're thinking, okay, yeah, this is really not good. And then they select another level 11. All of a sudden in Power League, which is the most competitive, supposedly the most competitive game mode in Brawl Stars, all becomes, do you want to drop more money on the game, and do you want to spend more money? Now, it's not really that big of a deal if it's like not that competitive of a game mode and like something you can really just do another game and then just win off of. But the problem is, if that starts happening really repetitive, it's not good, and it's a horrible feeling, and it's really discouraging. And oh, would you look at that? Pickers on Lukey Bear and Pika and OG on Brawl TV. How about that? That's pretty cool. Alright, I got a little sidetracked. So then this could automatically open up doors for more progression in the future, adding level 12, level 13, and maybe even level 14, but just it gives you more gear slots. Or even better, instead of you getting more gear slots, maybe like once you get to like level 12 or level 13, all of a sudden you unlock another level for gear. So you don't actually get more gears. Maybe that would be too broken. Maybe they could make it where instead of you having like level 3 gears, which level 3 is the max, there goes grey, blue, and then purple. Instead, they could make it where then there's like an orange or whatever, and that's level 4, and it's just more percentage and more effectiveness and potency on the gear, but you have to be a whole new level to unlock it. So long-term or pay-to-win players can get that and unlock that overall just by either playing the game long-term, focusing on a brawler that they really like, or they could just spend money on the game. But the main thing is, it doesn't really change the outcome too much. It only changes it by a small amount. It's not too big of a thing, and it gives long-term players something to play on, something to enjoy, something to work on. The thing about Brawl Stars is you want something to work on, you want to have goals, and unfortunately, if you can't just have any goals, like if you have a lot of brawls ranked 30, you're kind of getting a little bit sick of ladder, you really don't like the experience of like level 11s and whatnot, and you're really just losing motivation, that's not good at all. But then all of a sudden, if they bring out like level 12 and level 13 where it doesn't change too much but it spices up the game a bit, and even better, they can make it like tournament mode or whatever. Like let's just say in Power League there's tournament mode where there's only level 9, so that pay to win doesn't happen, because Power League is supposedly the most competitive game mode in Brawl Stars, okay? But then why should it be if you spend more money, then you have a high chance of winning? That's not competitive at all. That's just called spending to win, pay to win. So then they could make it where if it gets too far, then they could make it where there's tournament mode. That would be absolutely amazing. Tournament mode, only level 9s, just the good old basics of Brawl Stars, and maybe even no gadgets. That'd be cool. Missed the days of Brawl Stars where it was pretty simple. I feel like after playing Brawl Stars, like it being simple, like no gadgets and no star powers, and well, no, there were star powers, but like no gadgets, no gears, I feel like Brawl Stars would get really boring. But it would be cool to just like play back to the basics in Brawl Stars. It would be very, very cool. So anyways, that is going to do it for today's video. This is just really sharing my opinions on level 10 and 11s. Honestly, the great thing is that they can easily just reverse it. They can just change something about it, and it would just completely change the whole perception of Brawl Stars, completely change everything, especially with like competitive game modes. Honestly, if it even gets too far where like in Power League, if you have a triple level 11, then that's bad, and then like they don't change anything. Honestly, they can always just make it where if there's like for competitive game modes like Club League and Power League, then they just make it where there's like a tournament mode where like you can only verse the maximum of like level 10 or level 9 brawlers rather than like level 11, which makes it really broken. And pretty much every player pretty much has every brawler like level 9 anyway, so it's like really not that big of a deal. So I think it's gonna do it for today's video. I hope you did enjoy. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think in the comments. I would like to know everybody's opinion on this. But yeah, that's going to do it for today's video. Have a good one.